talking about two things today, and they will overlap because I think one is a causation of the other.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be going into how to manage anxiety in everyday situations. And so like for me, I generally will introduce myself and say, and if someone says, okay, tell me more about yourself, I will first tell them about what I enjoy. So I'll say I enjoy playing cricket. I don't say
I'm a teacher.
Not I'm a
media industry and all that. And everything is coming push to shove. She goes back and pray. What's your fallback? My fallback is prayer. My fallback is knowing what the Bible says, and I stand with that, regardless of whoever says what and whoever that has a fight with me.
Ate the last piece of toast. It was mine, and I go, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I just saw toast, so I ate it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do anything to change it.
Is it better then to explain why you did what you did?
I do that, but that's apparently also an anxiety tendency. Something to do with anxiousness, like feeling like you have to get the control of the situation, like the justification that you.
Welcome to the M.A.N podcast, where your mind truly matters. We're your hosts, Tatts and Tryston. Here, we tackle life's challenges, foster resilience, and promote wellness. Each episode promises to make a difference, one viewer at a time. Buckle up for a journey of enlightenment, because in the world of M.A.N, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Stay tuned.
Hey yo, welcome to another episode of the M.A.N podcast. My name is Tatenda, back with another one. My good white man is on the other side of the microphone. His name is Tryston. Hi, bro.
How's it, Tats?
What's happening?
Nothing much. We're all good here.
We are still alive. I think that's one thing.
It's always the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're breathing, things are good.
Exactly. It's always been. I was talking to someone and they told me that I can sort of feel that my son is tired. I was talking to a parent of a kid, and she says, I can almost see that he's tired now. Like literally when it comes to cricket, he's just doing it. When he does exams, he's just doing it. When he goes to a cricket match, he's just doing it for the sake of doing it. And I think everyone is just at that point in time where you want to rest, but at the same time, resting in December is short-lived because January you're back.
And there's so much to do at the end of a year. So much to do for the next year and everything like that. But I mean, we're here. We're here to record
We're still alive.
Yeah, we're still alive, and we're here to record hopefully a great podcast.
Exactly. It's always a good one. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. The join button there, like we always say, it's there for you to give us a little bit of a kickback. I think it starts from 14 Rand, somewhere there. As little as 14 Rand, so too many 14 Rands, they're gonna help us to create more content like this, professional content and equipment and everything that we need to do. Fuel is expensive to get to this studio. These guys needs a bit of fuel. And other than that, sponsoring the video will be great. Thank you to the sponsors that have come on board so far, and we still need more. If you still feel like this episode was good to you and to the other person that you feel like, you guys can join in together and say we want to sponsor a video or sponsor this particular topic we speak about, that then we give it to you and everyone else sort of benefits from that. So that's why we've got this panel right here where it says support the channel and get in touch. The email address, everything is there. Also, if you need us, just give us the theme for your colors, the colors for your company, the logos and everything. We'll do the design for you, so don't worry about graphic design. We've got a team behind us that does everything. All you just need to do is pop in that mullah and everything else is sorted. Did I leave out anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Tonight?
That's probably the most in-depth we've ever gone into it. So
really?
Let's
Did
hope
I do
the
it
people
right
resonated. Yeah, you covered everything. I just think, guys, again, we appreciate everything, even just watching. Just watching is more than enough. Anything else we really appreciate and can obviously help us take things to another level.
Yeah. Pumza is behind the scenes, and I appreciate that she is here, and she always makes sure that we're looking good. I know I'm looking good, better than him, right? Anyway, let us know
just
in the comment section. Yeah. Anyway, Rudy is not here, but we're sending so much strongs to him. He's not able to join us tonight. But Rudy, you're the man, bro, and I still believe that this episode is set for you. And it's so funny that we sent out these topics a few weeks ago, and it had nothing to do with, okay, which one are we going to go? So we start here, and Tryston is like, you choose, bro. Because you know how it is when you say, what are we going to eat? Women are mostly like that. What are we going to eat today? It's like, I don't know, babe, anything.
And then you say something, and then it's wrong.
No, I don't want that.
But so the best thing about what you just said is it kind of takes us into our topic. So we're kind of talking about two things today, and they will overlap because I think one is a causation of the other.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be going into how to manage anxiety in everyday situations. And then following on from that, talking about social media and the effect it has on our mental well-being. And that then goes into anxiety.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you're just talking about a decision like that. I mean, I'm not a woman, but I've been in those situations where someone said, what do I want to eat? And I say, I don't know. But then they say something and I know it's not that.
Yes.
And I know, being on the other side of that, the anxiety of, oh my gosh, now like, it can cause that for some people where you're like, oh, now what am I going to choose? You don't want to choose the wrong thing because
that's the thing,
because you know after that you're going to hear about, why did you choose this? I didn't want this.
But then in the same breath, you're like, I asked you.
Exactly. So, and it's that kind of like balance and how we deal with those things that are important, because it then, like most people will probably think at home, not everyone, but they'll think, oh, it's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Because you deal with it and you know how to deal with that situation. But I promise you, maybe 15-year-old you who was taking a girl on a date and didn't know exactly where you wanted to go and asked them, and they said they don't know. Your alarm bells, have you ever seen that SpongeBob episode where they're running through with the fire? Like, that's what's going on.
Do I take them to a movie? Do I take them to a jumping castle? Do I take them to iJump? What do I do? What if I go to the movie and they wanted to go to iJump?
Exactly. and it's true, and it actually still happens, but we just are so used to that thought that we kind of deal with it quite quickly.
Yeah. You know one thing though, that a mate of mine, you know, you wake up one day and everything is okay. Then you wake up the next day and boom, your world just turns around.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same way where we say, you life is too short. I can fight with you right now. We get into an altercation, and then the next day you wake up and you hear that Tatts is dead. And now you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't. Maybe it was stupid what we were fighting over. And that's exactly where the anxiety part comes in. And we're speaking about how to overcome everyday anxieties. And I don't want us to sit here and think that, and make people think that, we've conquered this thing. We don't suffer from anxiety.
No.
But I promise you, you get into social media and you see your friends post and they bought a new car or a new house.
And then you feel...
Exactly.
And then it causes that anxiety, and why is my job like this? Why can't I make more?
Or am I a failure?
Exactly. And that's something we go through every day.
What am I doing so wrong? Because they were on vacation, they bought a new car, they bought a new house, they just got married and all that. And all those factors, they come into place, like you're saying, that we're speaking about how to overcome anxiety, but there's a bit of social media as well, because every other person, every day, you literally got into a social media platform.
And you're seeing people's highlights.
You understand? It's not the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, so... going into like exactly what we're talking about, it's just even everyday little things that we don't even notice cause us anxiety, because a lot of people, and myself included, don't even recognize the stress or anxiety that you're feeling when you feel it. You feel it when you feel better. You notice it.
Like, geez, I was in a dark spot.
Yeah, almost like I mean, something can happen where someone says something and then it actually annoys you or whatever, because they've picked up that anxiety or that low point or whatever it is, and then when you think about it, you're like, they didn't do anything wrong. I just was in a place where I was unsafe.
In a bad spot.
I felt unsafe in myself and what I did, and that led me to that point of being angry. And that's how it manifests. Anxiety doesn't always manifest in being scared or being kind of shut down. It can manifest in anger.
Yeah.
It can manifest in a change of mood or change of behavior.
Yeah.
Like, I apparently have an anxious laugh when I'm anxious. Like, I'll do like a fake laugh that I've heard I do. And now I know when I do it, I'm like,
Anxiety. But then in the same breath, you're also understanding who you are.
Yes.
Through the people that are around you. So they then tell you that, nah, that's a fake laugh. I think I've heard my wife tell me 1 or 2 times that, nah. That's not the real deal. You know it too. And you may try to sort of deny it or brush it off. But when you keep quiet or get into your corner, you're like, I
you didn't know what to do, and the anxiety of it made you do that.
Exactly.
So, and I think that exactly what you're saying, the relationships we have and understanding ourselves is actually how we get over it. It's understanding, number one, from the social media side, that I am seeing everyone's highlights. And if I am seeing low lights, it's low lights they want me to see.
Yeah. People choose what they post.
Of course. No one forces you to
post anything. I don't think
anything.
it's just like couples. You hear someone saying, That's the kind of marriage that I want.
But you don't know
But
what's
you
going
don't know
on.
what's going on.
You have no idea what's
I
going on.
don't think there's a couple that's going to put a camera there, then say, let's fight now. If they do, that's there for you to know, because that's
the
what
whole
they
point.
want
Exactly.
you to see. So a lot of times we think that social media is exactly what seems. That's in the eye. I've seen a few videos where a guy is doing that shooting in a hoop. But then
lethal shooter.
Yes. Or no, take a basketball, then just randomly into the hoop.
Okay.
So like backwards.
Oh, like random, like trick
exactly.
shots.
But then they then show you behind the scenes.
The
They
150
did that,
misses.
Like, exactly. Miss. Then they shoot the one that goes in and like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So if I can't do it once, then I'm screwed.
Exactly.
There is that anxiety again. And I've seen it a lot of times as well in relationships. When we get into that spot where you said it earlier, where I'm now projecting my feelings because I'm already in a tight spot. Now I'm going to brush you off in how I respond to you, not because of what you say to me, but because of the spot that I was in.
Yeah, because of how you're feeling, the
How I'm
anxiety
feeling
towards the
at
situation.
that point. Like you wake up in the morning and you get bad news.
Mm.
You wake up to go to work, and when you get there, they say, boom, you're done. You're not supposed to come back. Or this is your last day, kinda. And now
You've done this wrong, or
like, but
any
I thought
sort
I
of
was
news,
okay.
like yesterday
Yes.
that you love me,
Yeah.
and then today I go in and you tell me actually what you did yesterday was completely wrong, and I kind of lied to your face, and then you get that feeling of, yo, my man, and then all it takes is one person to come past and kind of just go, oh, bro, I don't like the color of your shoes.
You're like, oh.
And now you get mad at that person when you actually don't care what
You
they
don't
think
care.
about your shoes.
Yes.
But everything
it
today
matter,
has led
though?
you to that insecurity and that anxiety about yourself.
Does it matter? Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, in those situations, because unfortunately that's not an everyday situation. That's something, I mean, to a point it is, but not always. I think in those situations, the anxiety is there because you're trying to protect yourself and your feelings.
Yeah.
And
In the comment section, just let us know, how do you overcome anxiety on a daily basis? Whether you're a social media influencer or you're just a normal person that's like me and Tris, how do you overcome it in your relationship, in your circles, even in your friendship circles if you don't have a girlfriend? Even for the guys that are 15 years old or 14 years old, whatever the case may be.
because they deal with a lot of it.
They do actually, yes.
I mean, you
They
think
do.
about high schools and how they work. I mean, the way the world's going now, they push to know who they are in more ways than one. More ways than what we were pushed to when we were at school. I think the biggest thing, like for myself, is introspection. So looking into yourself and understanding, okay, if this happens, I need to do this for me to feel better. Oftentimes, exercise, talking to a friend, taking a break, taking a walk,
Writing it down.
writing something
Yeah,
down, and
write it down.
especially if the anxieties you feel come from insecurities, writing those things down is a massive way of getting it off your shoulders. Like understanding this is something that is there, because the anxiety is there because we can't accept it.
Yeah.
It's out of our control.
I like what you're saying there.
Or it
where
feels out of our control.
You've already accepted that is there. A lot of times we try to shy away from the exact feeling. Now, I'm not anxious. I'm not. But you know deep down that you are anxious. So it's important that when you write it down, you're saying, you know what, I feel like I'm not going to be able to finish this month.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
There's
I don't know.
there's no
Yes,
certainty.
yes.
And
I don't know how am I going to get past this month with this kind of income. I don't know how am I going to get past this exam period, because in as much as I studied, but
math
I feel
still
like
chows.
I feel like it's not enough. I'm doing everything in my power to study, but nothing is happening, and it's all right.
Yeah, it's completely natural to want control.
Yeah.
And what happens when people stop wanting control? Because my biggest thing is to try and not feel like I need to have control of situations. The biggest problem with that is that you often become nonchalant, or people think you don't care, because we often associate those anxiety tendencies, so that overprotectiveness or that quick snap, that like almost show of passion or care or whatever it is, we consider that together with I care or I don't. Whereas someone else who reacts very calmly or coolly or dissociates,
They don't have a sense of agency, man.
yeah,
This is-
or
What's
you
wrong?
say
They don't
something to me,
care.
I've done something wrong, and I just go, okay, yeah, I did, sorry.
Now, what do I do with that?
Now you think I don't care. Now you think I don't care.
Or especially in a relationship, the woman is going to kind of feel like you're being dismissive. Like, I'm still angry right now and you're agreeing that you did wrong. What do I do with all this anger that's left?
There were stages in my relationship where I got that quite a lot because I am like that. In order to not feel the anxiety over I did something wrong, I own it. Like I did.
I did screw
I only fight or
I'm
have
sorry.
a problem if I did.
I'm sorry I screwed
If I
up.
didn't, if I don't think I was wrong, I'll fight you. If
But
I
if
know what I did caused a problem, I accept it. And even though I won't feel bad, I know I've put it out there that I've accepted it. So I shouldn't have the anxiety of this person because I can't control you saying, you know what, dude, it's okay.
Yeah.
All I can say is I'm sorry.
Like, yes, I screwed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, bro, like you come and say, oh, bro, you ate the last piece of toast. It was mine. And I go, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I just saw toast, so I ate it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't do anything to change it.
Is it better then to then explain why you did what you did?
I do that, but that's apparently also an anxiety tendency. It's something to do with anxiousness, like feeling like you have to get the control of the situation, like the justification that you accept that now I'm in control of my feelings again because of you. It's a people-pleasing tactic.
So much rather what? When you own up to it, just say sorry and not give a reason why you did what you did.
It depends if the person wants a reason.
But is there a person that's going to fight you and want a reason or get disappointed? I'm disappointed in you because you ate my toast.
So
I'm expecting a sorry.
There's two answers from that. There's me. So you say sorry to me, for example. I have two answers. If you explain, I either say, okay, I understand, or I say, why are you giving me excuses?
You see now.
It depends now. Those are the two different things.
So that becomes
want.
a whole new
thing because you're just trying to explain, but it comes across as excuses. So oftentimes you don't have to, and this is actually, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. This is just what I found. I try not to because I give reasons for everything. It's just how I think. It's not excuses, just reasons.
Yeah.
But that's to the people as well. Is oftentimes people want something out of a fight. If it's a relationship, they want the situation to be resolved and for you to feel better about it.
Or come back to normal.
If it's a workplace thing, they either want you to get in trouble or they want you to improve, whatever it is. So I often don't give a reason unless I'm asked for it.
So what, you then just say sorry?
I say I'm sorry that I did that. I accept responsibility for what I did. I'm sorry.
Then if I come back to you and then say that's excuses, what now?
I didn't tell you why I did it. I just said I accept it.
Yeah, but then
if I come, now this is where the problem becomes, because now if I did say, oh, I did it because of this and this and this and this,
that's an excuse. It
comes as an excuse.
Yes, yeah.
Even though I'm trying to show you why I did it,
you are remorseful of what you did.
It comes across. So unless someone asks you for it. So if I said to you, I'm sorry, dude, I ate your last toast.
Why did you eat it?
So then I can say, okay.
It opens ground.
Yeah, because now you're willing to listen to what I'm going to say.
It opens the ground for that.
Yes. If you ask me why, you can't ask me why am I making excuses. You've given me the platform to ask.
To make an excuse.
And that removes the anxiety from you as the person who's done something wrong, in that you just apologize and you own it. Yeah. You don't have to, because the anxiety comes from, oh, what am I going to say about what I did? You can say, I'm sorry. You can apologize and mean it and show it.
Have you noticed that there are certain people that during the spark of the moment, they don't have the actual reasons. They don't know how to word it or put it, right? And then someone comes across as, one, they did it intentionally, or two, they just don't care to give you a reason why. Then later on, that person will come back and say, okay, now I can talk to you about what I did. But then if you did me wrong, I have a right to have us sit down and talk about it there and then when the stuff happens, not when you feel like now you can put the stuff into words. So I wonder how then can someone, if someone is watching this and listening to this and going, yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from, but how do I then have the guts to sit down and say, okay, when they then ask me, do you then say in advance, I know I screwed up? Because 99% of the times when we screw up, we know, isn't it? Yeah. So when they then come to me and approach me, this is how I'm going to say it, is that, could you say that's a possible solution.
I mean, it is, but I think we're gonna really deviate now and go into conflict management if we carry on
Now
with
it's
this.
conflict management.
But I think let's stay on it. We can do a whole video on conflict management because it's a massive topic.
You hear that? So if you are here and you're thinking everyday anxieties, how do I sort it out?
And how do I deal with the anxieties of fighting and conflict? Let us know. We'll do a video on it.
We'll do a video on it separately. Yeah.
But now focusing on the anxieties, the reason why I brought that up was me personally. It's my way of feeling less stressed about a situation where I've made a mistake. It's just being honest. And if I am sorry, saying sorry. I don't say sorry unless I mean it. I won't say sorry if I do this and hit your mic and it breaks because I hit it on purpose. I'll say I'm sorry that it broke.
You wanted to hit it.
I didn't want it to break, so I'll say I'm sorry that it broke. I won't say I'm sorry I hit it. I hit it on purpose, but it broke by mistake.
The breaking part was not.
It was not the intended, but that's a consequence. So I'll accept it. Yeah. It's my bad. I should not have hit it because I broke the. If I'd hit it and it didn't break, I'm not going to say sorry.
Because I wanted to hit it.
I intended it.
Yeah.
And that also stops me from the, I know I have control over what I do. I don't have control over what you do. So if you hit me in the face afterwards, that's something I got to deal with then. Yeah. I can't not do this to you because I'm scared you're going to hit me in the face.
Yeah,
I should know.
It's a consequence, yes.
It's a consequence. Yeah, so the anxiety for me is taken away when I know I'm taking control of my action, and I understand that I can't take control of anyone else's.
Everyone else's, yeah. I was chatting to one of my mates, Tapelo, and we're speaking about forex trading, and he says he's into trading and all that. So my question to him was, the people that are on social media, they are flaunting around.
Saying they make 100K
with the Lamborghinis. They say, one of the guys said, you once lost 1 million rand in one trade, and you also gained 1 million rand in one trade. And Tapelo said something powerful. He says, no, but that's stupid. Because now it comes back to risk management. How did you get to betting or to doing forex trading to losing 1 million? Yeah. That means there's an issue there with gambling, or there's an issue there.
There's a lack of anxiety.
Exactly.
Too much of a lack of anxiety.
I'm like, okay, then, so how does one get to be a trader and still, because there's that anxiety.
No, 100%.
If I put my 100 rand in there, it's my hard work, hard-earned money.
It's like people that do Betway without caring or whatever.
Exactly. How do you not care? Because there is so much anxiety in there. I still remember my wife once played that Betway Aviator thing. Yeah. And at one point, she calls me, it's like she's made 650, right? And 20, 30 minutes later, it's gone. And I'm like, how did that happen? It's like, you know what? There was a man that was walking past me and just gave me anxiety. So what I'm trying to come back to, then Tapelo says, you have to know yourself.
Yeah.
As a person, you have to know yourself that as I'm coming in, and now it seems like we're talking about gambling and how to gamble. But the anxiety part is because if you put in your 100 rand, it's your hard work, hard-earned money. There is anxiety because you don't want to lose it. Then he says you have to know yourself. There's so much power in knowing yourself, because as you're getting in, you're saying, you know what, today I'm going to gamble this 100 rand and I'm willing to lose it.
Exactly. That's the part that we're talking about. So getting over that is that person either didn't have anxiety to start with, or was desperate enough to overcome that anxiety to put it in.
Or was it even true that they lost 1 million? You understand?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
There's a part of lies as well with social media, like we said earlier, that you see those guys on Instagram, they've got an S3, they've got a BMW, they've got a Lamborghini, and they are changing cars like, geez, gents, what are we doing in this life?
Yeah.
Is it true? Not everything that you see there is true. And there's so much importance if you know yourself. And knowing yourself is not just knowing that my name is Tatts. Knowing yourself is know what triggers you and try not to get through that part.
100%.
Or if I know that if I spend time with Tryston, I'm not going to be in the right mental state because he makes me feel like less of myself, then I need to avoid Tryston.
Yeah, of course.
Easy.
100%. And I think you were right on there. So for me, I have social media, but I don't post on social media. I think the last time I posted on any social media properly was in 2022 or 2021.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram and things like that. But it's not because I have a dislike or just I just know that that's not. I'm very good at managing other people's. Like if I had to look at someone else's and post for them and do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not that I don't want people to know what's going on. I just don't care enough.
I think it's easier to manage someone else's account and not your own.
No, I don't have an anxiety over it. I used to really care. I just think it wasn't worth I didn't find it worth my time. That wasn't the strategy and investment in myself I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But so trying to kind of like link the topics together, we talking about, and you said knowing yourself. When you're on social media and you understand if you're a person who's anxious, understanding number one, so like for me, myself, I knew that I wasn't being myself by posting on Instagram because I actually didn't really care about it. I like looking at things and I find it informative or interesting. And I was like, no, that's the cool to have, but I don't need to post. And I don't need to care what someone else posts. I use it to keep up with things I care about and people that I care about, but I don't use it to look and go,
yourself, yes.
This is what I want, or this is what, because I know for myself, and it can be a good motivational tool to use it, but for myself, I know that it causes me anxiety to look at someone who's 23 who has 5 billion rand.
You avoid it.
And I have nothing, so I move away from it. And if I do see it, I always go, I'm happy for them. It's not my thing. It's not my thing, and it's not meant for me. And the key to dealing with daily anxieties is finding ways. So meditation is fantastic. Like that mental clarity that you get from meditation is amazing. Social media cleansing has shown to improve people's mental well-being. Because they're away from all of it. They're away from the flashiness. They're away from, especially if you're American, the fighting between who cares about this and this.
It becomes toxic. Who is in charge? Who is in support of this one? Who is happy that this one won for presidency? Who lost and all that? It's toxic.
And especially like as a South African, it affects me, but I'm not there. I don't have a say, so I'm very impartial.
Even if you say it, it's not gonna change anything. No, because you're outside.
I'm just gonna make someone hate me that doesn't even know me. There's no point in even having an opinion, which I don't really. And I don't have to worry about the anxiety of having an opinion because I took myself out of that situation. Now, if I cared so much that I wanted to say something, now I've given myself the anxiety of knowing half the people in the world are going to think I'm this because I said one thing.
And they're going to think that Tryston is a douchebag because he said that.
Whichever way, like whatever. I could say.
Oh, Tryston's a great guy, he's in charge.
But then the other half say I'm the worst person in the world. There's no need for me to have that. And I take away that daily anxiety. But that doesn't mean I don't have any. I mean, I teach children every day. It's a worry. What if you say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing? They say the wrong thing.
What if I say to the kid, you're a cabbage? Because I still remember, I once said to I always say to the kids, you're cabbage, right? And everyone laughs. Anyone like this, right? Then I had one kid that I said, you're a cabbage, and you all hell broke loose.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I say this to everyone. And it's not to degrade them.
No, it's just.
But it's just a statement.
It's like an icebreaker.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't be a cabbage, hit the ball straight.
Yeah.
Man. You understand? But then people are different. So understanding as well, when the kid comes and says, no, coach, you called me a cabbage and I didn't like it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. People are different.
100%.
You know, when we speak about avoiding situations, and I like that we're not deviating much. I was talking to, no, I wasn't talking to him, but
actually, I was talking to, I lied.
No,
I was not talking to.
Yes. I heard that the leader of Christian Family Church International, Apostle Theo Morans, he loved cricket. Like, he was a staunch supporter. But what would happen was when his team lost, all hell would break loose. Like, his family is like, the amount of anxiety and
that they had
he
over
becomes
a cricket game.
Douchebag over a cricket game, right? And he then decided, you know what, this is not helping. Because every time, let's suppose South Africa plays and they lose, now he's going to throw his toys. You understand? So he ends up saying, I don't want to play cricket. I don't want to watch cricket anymore. Yeah. So he decided to cut cricket at all because
for his own mental health and mental health of others.
So there are certain things and certain people that you can start avoiding. Don't go to that soccer match if it's going to give you anxiety. Don't listen to the score if you're going to give you anxiety. Don't go to those people and hang around with them if they're going to give you anxiety.
So the other thing about that is don't mix passion and then an emotional reaction with anxiety. Because someone will hear that and say, but I follow Pirates every week and I go watch the games. And if they lose, I'm not happy for the next 3 hours. As a sports person, that's normal.
Yeah.
What we're saying is if it's affecting, look, I think also people who are not sports people need to understand sports people a little better.
Yeah, true.
In that, give us our couple hours or like a day of
to
being
calm down.
Yeah, like we're not going to be whatever. We're not ourselves because we're not happy. Okay, I know my team's on a 4-game losing streak. I understand how it is. Okay,
especially coming from these guys have been winning. You're not used to losing.
I mean, when I started watching, we lost all the time, so I got used to that. Now I'm used to winning. Last 10 years,
yes, like literally, winning is part of your DNA now.
So now, when we do lose, I'm not very
City,
happy.
By the way, if you're wondering who does it support, City. But guess what? We won 3-0. Man, you.
Okay,
relax.
Just
saying.
Relax. That's not.
And we're coming from Chelsea, and it was a draw. So
this oak is talking too much. Anyway. Once the Soak's done with his nonsense. Okay, 12. Anyway, so
it doesn't matter,
12,
bro.
Relax.
It doesn't matter.
I can't
bro.
see you down there. Anyway, so there's a difference. So the anxiety we're talking about is if you actually can't take a loss in a sport. Now that can be competitiveness, and the anxiety comes in is where you're thinking about it before and it's affecting you before it's even happening. Then you need to get away from it. So just like I know we all watched the Rugby World Cup final.
Yeah. The anxiety
when
leading
we saw New Zealand start and how they started playing.
Yeah.
And the stress of we might lose, that's very normal. But there were people that would have started to see that and started to get angry at their wife because their wife wasn't stressed like them.
Why are you not stressed? Because you can see we are on national duty.
And that person needs to relax. That person needs to understand I either need to find it within myself that I must not watch the first half or whatever it is.
Switch off the TV, then listen to the score. Okay, what's the score now?
Because that person doesn't have a control over the anxiety. And that's where difference between passion and anxiety comes in, and competitiveness and anxiety.
Yeah.
So a competitive person will be a world-class bad person, because I don't know what word is okay for YouTube.
World-class.
World-class, not nice guy. Richard.
Yeah.
Okay. The nickname for Richard. Okay, you'll be a world-class Richard. Okay. And that'll be while he plays the sport. But before he was the nice oak, and afterwards he was a nice oak. That oak doesn't have anxiety. That oak is competitive.
That's the competitive nature.
And then there will be someone who scores a goal and runs around crazy, concedes a goal and cries, but straight after that they are fine. That's passion. They are excited.
Yeah, that's passion.
That's passion. But then there's a person who his team lost, and next week someone told him, man, I'm not hungry today. What? That person's not okay.
I had a kid that once said to me that I hate cricket. After he got bowled.
Yeah, right? And then afterwards he was
fine.
I'm
like, no, but how is this possible? Because a few bowls before, you were driving them nicely, and you're like, and we're like, oh, well done, good shot, and you were smiling. So when did the hating of the game?
But you see, that's emotion and passion.
Passion, yes.
That's not.
He didn't. Anxiety.
He didn't go before the game. If I hit a 6, I'm going to be the worst batsman. I'm not the best batsman in the world, and if I get out, I suck.
I suck. Yeah.
So that is where you got to find that balance. And again, we look at social media and even look at professional sports and how that can deal with a sports person, where we see even professional sportsmen, a Dele Alli. Don't know if you know a Dele Alli story. Dele Alli suffers from anxiety, hectic anxiety, and it destroyed his career because he felt the pressure when it wasn't even there anymore.
Before even going in.
So he started off carefree, played so well, but then got to a point where he felt that pressure when it was not even there. Jeez. And he couldn't deal with it. So he took a break from football.
Wow.
For his own mental well-being.
And
for that time, we thought he'd be the next best player in the world, but he wasn't.
But
he couldn't deal with that pressure. He couldn't deal with that anxiety of, if I don't score this week, 6 oaks down the street are going to call me something racist. And that's what they do in England. He couldn't deal with that. Wow. He didn't have a control over that anxiety. And that's why it's important that we know ourselves and find ways of dealing with it. Because at the same time, you have Bukayo Saka, who at 21 or 22 missed a penalty in a Euro final,
now
got the world's worth full of racist abuse, yet came back the next season and was there and still played and still, because he has God. So for him it's God. For him it's God. He has God. He knows he leaves what he can't control up to God.
Wow.
And that's his way of dealing.
And that's a solution. If there's so much power in praying.
Yeah.
If you feel like not before you go in, especially sports people, I don't know how we got into sports people.
Because anxiety and sports is something I know. Because
so close. Because I still remember I had a kid that would literally shake. Couldn't even hold a bat. And I'm like, but you haven't even faced the ball. What if I drop a catch? What if I miss the ball? What if I can't hit it straight? What if I can't? You understand? There's so much negative that is surrounded around it.
It's the pressure.
It's easier to go, breathe, pray. Lord, I'm here. Alake, my son, you would suffer from gases. You leading up to that match, you'll be fine. He's bowling well. He's hitting the ball nicely. On the day, it's like he's never played cricket ever. I was like that as well, where you know that I deserve to be here. I've done the work to be here. All of a sudden, I'm thinking I'm not good enough. Oh, geez, look at him. He's quicker than me. Look at him. He's going to hit me now. Does it matter?
Exactly. Like
pray.
And it's again, it's like we said, there's so many different ways of dealing with it. It's dissociating your person to your action. Not action or your profession or whatever it is. So, for example, if I were to introduce myself, my name is Tryston Murray. I'm a 23-year-old man. I'm not 23 anymore, but that's just the last time I probably said this. I'm 25. I'm a 25-year-old man. I didn't say I'm a teacher. I didn't say I'm a cricket player. I didn't say anything that I do. So
I said who I am. Dissociate yourself from
what you do. You're not a cricketer.
Because I can easily say that I'm Alake's father, but I'm a person before I'm his father.
But you are Tatenda.
Yes, before I'm his father.
Mm-hmm. You are a person. Yeah. So like for me, I generally will introduce myself and say, and if someone says, okay, tell me more about yourself, I will first tell them about what I enjoy. So I'll say I enjoy playing cricket.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher. I'll say I enjoy helping people. I enjoy walking, whatever it is. I enjoy playing. I'll enjoy watching football. I never go, I am a footballer. I am a cricketer, because I'm not that. I am Tryston, who plays a sport. I am Tryston, who teaches. I am a person before I am a thing, and that helps me with my anxiety. So if I'm a bad teacher, that's okay.
It's okay.
I'm not a bad person. I might be a bad teacher, but I'm good at something else.
It comes back to what we always tell the people that have suffered stuff. You may have been raped, but you're not. Rape is not you. Like my name is Massey, and just because I got victimized when I was a child and all that, that's not me. Separate yourself from what stuff that happened to you. I like that. I think you took it a bit further than where I was going, but I mean, it's understanding one's worth is not tied to what's happened to you or what you do. So if you have a single parent, you're not Max with no mom. You're not Max who doesn't have a mom. You're Max. You're Max.
And you not having a mom made you who you are, but you're still Max.
But you're still,
And that's the most important. Are you a good person? That's number one. Once you pass, are you a good person? And being a good person is for example, for you were saying a father, I think that's something that's fair to say. You are a father. Because as a human, being a good person is being a good father or being a good mother.
Of course.
So that would be my second thing I say. I wouldn't say I'm a father named Tryston. I'll say I'm Tryston and I'm a father. I'm a dad. That's fair.
Makes sense.
But you would never hear me say I'm Tryston, I'm a teacher. I used to.
Wow.
I don't anymore, because I am Tryston and I teach.
Dissociate yourself from what you do, because you're a person before you are that.
And if you do everything you can as a person, your work and who you are follow. If you follow your morals and your ethics, you don't have to be anxious about what other people think, because you're doing right by yourself.
Yeah, by you.
Or by God.
You can't pour off an empty cup. I think we've said that a lot of times, that if you know yourself, I think everything else is stemming from the fact that you know yourself, you know who you are. Like you said with soccer, you could have easily said, you know what, I'm done with England.
Yeah, you could have said,
I'm not going back there. I'll go back to my home country and play there, or not even. I'm done. I've got enough money to get on and get into another business, whatever. But I'm not going to deal with this nonsense.
And I mean, it's paraphrased, so don't, if I'm wrong and I misspoke, because I watched this a long time ago, but he kind of did an interview not long afterwards. And he kind of said that the first thing that he did is when he went home, obviously he was distraught, but he prayed for the people that were saying these things.
Wow.
Because he said he knows it's not him to hate them. And he wishes them to be better people.
Hate people.
Yeah, so he was saying, like, it's not him to hate them or come back at them. It's him to want them to be better. And those people have personal problems that said that.
So pray for them to find healing for
because
whatever that
because
broke them.
he said God put him there, and that happened for a reason. It was out of his control. He didn't miss the target. It got saved. Someone else did.
He still went for the target.
He did what he could.
He could, yes. Unfortunately, the keeper was there.
The consequences are different, but he did what he could, he understood that and understands that, and that's why he is a better person for it. And oftentimes we allow the anxiety of, if I take, because the anxiety he would have had before taking that must have been crazy. But he said, I will take it.
What if I miss? Then what are they going to say about me?
Exactly, but that's the thing. And they will say things about you, but that's not you. They don't know you.
Yeah. None of them, you're not having dinner with any of those people.
You don't live with them.
There are people that are behind the screen typing. They're not coming to you face to face and tell you that you suck. People have got a thing of cyberbullying as well, where a guy will just sit in front of a mirror, of a camera or a screen
like this
and type nonsense.
Yeah, we busy typing nonsense.
Exactly. But that's not you.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, in rapping, let us know, who are you? In the comment section, who are you? Let me know, let us know, who are you? In rapping, what I'm going to say, all I'm going to say from my end is, guys, you need to know yourself and have something to fall back on. Connie Ferguson once said that her fallback is God. Like when everything in the industry is nonsense with the acting and the media industry and all that, and everything is coming push to shove, she goes back and pray. What's your fallback? My fallback is prayer. My fallback is knowing what the Bible says, and I stand with that. Regardless of whoever says what and whoever that has a fight with me, mine is prayer. What is yours? Tris, what's your last word?
I think just in closing, it's important, like you said, remember who you are, remember what your values and ethics are. The key takeaways for me, because I always do this, is that I would want you to take away from this is beware of what social media holds. You are more than what happens and what you do. And the only way to control anxiety is to have an understanding of what's going on, of yourself, your belief system and everything. That's putting your faith in God. That's putting your faith in yourself. That's understanding that you have no control over things. Controlling what you can control and understanding the rest is left to God.
Awesome.
If you ask me. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. It's been fantastic to be here with you, Tat.
It's been amazing.
Root, we'll see you next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Like, share, subscribe, join button.
All of the above.
All of the above. Click, 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 click. Bye.
Exactly. Tick
Cheers,
all
guys.
of them.
Take it easy.
Bye.